Hi, my name is Anya, and this is my Luminosity yoga channel, and it's the full moon in Leo 2024. And it occurs on the 25th of the 1st, 2024 in Berlin, around just before 6:53 in the evening at 5 degrees of Leo. And this is a very complex full moon. And I've thought a lot about, so at this point, the sun is in the sign of Aquarius. Um, so which is more related to Saturn and Uranus, to sort of signs that are planets that are actually drawing the energy in or are kind of explosive. And the moon is in the sign of a sun. So the luminaries, the sun and the moon being opposite at this time of the full moon, are in a somewhat compromised position. It's not a very easy position for each of them to really get the most out of their essence. So you can really possibly feel this tension at this time. And there's also Pluto has just ingressed, as many of you know, into the sign of Aquarius. So even though it's not an exact opposition at 0 degrees of Aquarius, it's very, very close to, or it is a sort of opposition, not just not an exact one. So Pluto is involved here in this full moon signature. And so is also the moon at this point is at a square to the planet Jupiter. And this again might bring up some tensions around whether the resources or where we actually put our energy, whether it actually yields the outcome that is an outcome that is aligned with our values. And Saturn is also involved here. So Saturn forms a very uncomfortable aspect, a quincunx. So it's a somewhat difficult energy, unsatisfactory energy. And Saturn is in Pisces at this time and has been for a while and still will be for some time. And it's really asking us to, or it's helping us to release, deconstruct structures, the structures in our lives that we may have been dependent on that no longer serve us. And so as it sits here in a kind of uncomfortable situation, again, it might call us to take some action or to kind of work out how we can do that, how we can actually let go of these tensions. And eventually the planet Jupiter in Taurus will bring in the resources that will help facilitate that. And the other signature of this full moon is that there is just closely following on from this full moon, there will be both Mars and Mercury are inner planets. So how we go out, how we communicate in the world. So both of these in the sign of Capricorn, very kind of practical orientated, they will form a square to Chiron. And you may already feel that at this point. And Chiron is always about our deepest wounds, the wounds that we may have difficulty healing. It may be related to some of our trauma and how we actually, so this trauma might impact how we actually shine our light and how we dare to express ourselves. And everybody who has Leo placements knows that Leo can be very dramatic and it can claim authority, it can be passionate and playful and performative. And with this kind of particular signature might be like that this needs to take place more internally or more like at the same time, while you really need to shine your light and express yourself, maybe you need to still see how you actually put that out there. And it may require more temptation. So being kind of maybe slower in your approach, listening very cautiously before you actually put yourself out there, or finding your own outlet, your own creativity in your own time, just as I'm now recording this video. And the process that I'm going through in order to create that is a very creative one for me. And it really makes me connect with myself and who I am and what my values are. And so in medical astrology, Leo, the sign of Leo is related to the cardiovascular system, the circulation of blood, and also to the heart as an organ, together with Mars, as Mars kind of co-rules, so the tissue, the cardiac muscle tissue. And also with the chakra correlation, so the chakra that's associated, interestingly enough, is the third eye. Together with the moon and Pluto. And since there is such a strong Pluto signature in this full moon, I think this is a very important thing to work with. And the third eye is kind of more or less in the center of the head. But to access that, we tend to focus or do practices where we focus on the mid-brow, between the point between the brows, where also in some in some Indian traditions, you have a bindi here. And ajna is naturally linked to the medulla, so the stem of the brain, and the crown chakra. It forms a triangle with them. And when when ajna chakra, or the third eye chakra, opens, it's said that the soul begins to perceive their inner cosmos and the nature of creation, including your own creation, and getting more understanding about that. So this is also something that really helps, let's say, like maybe the downside, the shadow side of Leo, where it's all about the self and maybe not feeling that you are seen or you can express yourself, to really elevate that energy and offer your creativity to a higher purpose, something that feels purposeful. So I invite you now to a brief yoga practice, a meditative practice, just to kind of embody the energies and work with them in a more conducive way. So let's just start on the yoga mat. And you can find a comfortable seat. This happens to be comfortable for me. And then just take a moment just to feel your thighs. Taking some deep exhales just to arrive in the moment, circling the shoulders a few times and breathing as you do that. Just getting in touch with your whole body and the other direction. And then we're going to do the mudra for the sun, Surya Mudra, the thumb touching the ring finger. And the ring finger in Chinese medicine is also, or is correlated to the triple heater meridian, which again is responsible for body temperature and also like things that we are running hot and cold for. So which for me illustrates very well that idea between Leo running hot and cold, Aquarius for things, and actually finding balance here. So let's gently let the thumb find the ring finger of both hands and close your eyes. And take a deep exhale, connect from your tailbone, from your sitting bones, and from all the body parts that touch the earth to the earth. You can send a grounding cord or root down into the earth from the perineum or tailbone. And then on your inhale, allow yourself to receive energy from the earth. And send it up to the third eye, so in this case, the mid-brow point. And then exhale, just let that energy dissipate, release any stress, tension, energies of others into the earth. At the end of the exhale, just very gently pull the pelvic floor in and out. Release that on your inhale, let the energy flow up to the point between your eyebrows. And then exhale again. all the way down into the earth to the perineum or the tailbone. If it's, you can just feel the end of your tailbone between the anus and the sexual organs. That's where the perineum is. Inhaling up to the point between your eyebrows. And exhaling down. Do that 2 more times in your own time. Just feeling your breath physically. Without judging. And then allow yourself to sense the breath at your nose, at your nostril. Sense your breath going in and out through your left nostril. And then sense it going in and out through your right nostril. Just feeling the breath at the right nostril. And now sense the breath going in and out through both nostrils. Just continue, and we're going to start a Nadi Shodhana without your hands, just in your mind. So that's an alternate nostril breathing. So inhale, imagine inhaling through the left nostril up to the mid-brow point. And exhaling through the right. All the way to the end of the exhale. Then inhale through the right up to the mid-brow point. Exhale through the left. Inhale left to the mid-brow point. Exhaling through the right. Inhale right. To the mid-brow point, and an exhale left. 2 more rounds like this. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Just notice how that impacts the rest of your body, your mind. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. And then through both nostrils on your next in and exhale. And bring the hands in front of your heart. And just set an intention to find like a higher purpose, or to really offer your self-expression, your creation at this point, to a higher purpose. And you can take that as a question, so whatever you might have seeded at a new moon, and what you become aware of, whatever you might see right now as a reflection, to really just see it without taking that personally, just to really use that to become more alive and more yourself at this point. Bring that into the heart, into your heart with your breath. And we're going to rub the hands together. Cup our eyes with our palms. Take a deep in and exhale 3 times. Keeping the head upright, just letting any stress and tension from the eyes and the face dissipate into your hands. And then just releasing that energy. Just really feeling all parts of your body, just feeling yourself in your body and saying to yourself, I belong here. And then we're going to do an ego eradicator. And that includes fire, breath of fire. So that is Bastrika. That's an active in and exhale through the nose, pumping from your belly. If you're on your period, if you've eaten too much, just do a long, slow breath. And otherwise, we're just going to stretch out the palms, bring all the fingers in and just the thumbs out, turn the hands the other direction and bring them up in a V shape. And there's a slight stretch here on your muscles. So just bring the arms back a little bit. And make sure you keep the back long though, so you don't kind of sit here, but you really release your diaphragm so you can breathe comfortably. So take a deep inhale. Long, deep exhale. Start on your inhale 30 rounds. Deep inhale, bring the thumbs together above your head, chin towards the chest, pull the belly in and up, and internal gaze towards the mid-eyebrow point. And then exhale, release. And then inhale, we open the fingers and arms wide. And then exhale, we just bring the fists in towards the heart, as if we're pulling through some resistance. Inhaling up. And exhale, and just really feel into what is it you're resisting now. That's what Rachel Lang, the Inner Circle Guide for Astrology, have brought up for this moon. What are you resisting right now? And where can you open up and allow? Inhaling, allowing, and exhaling, feeling the resistance. What is it you don't want to do? And inhale, what can you open up and allow? And exhale, really this resistance again. 2 more times. And enjoy. We're opening, we're creating more space in the heart, regardless of what's coming. The strength of a heart is what carries us through. And release at this point. And then we're just going to come on our fours. And we're going to do the lion's roar. So just sit back on your heels. And as you come forward, so again, look at your third eye, so mid-eyebrow point, and really stick your tongue out and roar like a lion. So really release whatever you need to release. Deep inhale. And then 2 more times. Deep inhale. Okay. And we'll continue with cat dog, rounding the back. Angry cat. And then inhaling, arching the back. Bring the hands a bit forward, tuck your feet under and round the back, bring your hips back a little bit, and then inhale, long shins, exhale, rounding. So we're going to move the hips a bit different from how we often do it, just finding some flow here. And exhale, rounding the back, and again, like anger, whatever might be stuck there, just enjoy that tension also. And let go on your breath, and then extend the legs into downward facing dog. Inhale, come up on the toes. Exhale, bend one knee, stretch the other heel to the ground. And then just change sides in your own time. And if you need more space for your feet, just allow that. If you want to make movements with your hands, with your head, it's very welcome. And open the fingers. And then very slowly bring your feet forward. And then just grab your elbows from below for a moment. Just hanging here. Allowing your head to release, allowing your thoughts to release. Just sensing your breath again at the nose, going up to the mid-brow point. And then exhale all the way down into the pelvis. So now we're upside down, so it might seem funny, but just send the breath, as I say, inhaling to the third eye point, mid-brow point, exhale into the pelvis. And then just keep your attention, your breath, at that mid-brow point, and see if you just go back here, you might feel that ajna center, or also you might feel the gland that's located here. And you can imagine it sitting between your two brain hemispheres, and just feel that point. Just tuning into that, and just stay with that as you shake out your arms, your hands, your hips, your eyes. Just shaking everything. And just puckering your lips and going 3 times. And then rolling up one vertebra at a time. Bringing your arms up, really opening up as the sun for Surya Namaskar, and inhale, hands in front of the heart. And we're just going to do 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar, the sun salutation. To find a comfortable stance at the front of your mat. Inhale, bring your arms up. And you can really bring your arms further back and make sure your lower back is okay. So really tilting your pelvis. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. And then step into a plank position. And the first one, let's do a knees, chest, and chin to open up the back gently. Inhaling, root down through your feet and draw the elbows back. Exhale, head on the ground. Come up on all fours, tuck your toes under, seat to the heels. Come into downward facing dog. And just stay here for 3 breaths. And again, just sending the breath to, or just sensing the breath in the center of your head between the 2 brain hemispheres, or if that's difficult to feel, just choose the mid-brow point. Just allowing ourselves to move from that inner center, coming up on the toes, bending your knees. You can make some steps to reach the front of your mat. Inhale, half forward bend. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up. So we're greeting the sun. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. And again, inhale, come up. Bring your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half forward fold. Step back into plank. Knees, chest, and chin, or if you like, chaturanga, that's where you practice. Inhale, a small or a higher cobra. And exhale, release. And then find yourself back in your version. Just find your own version to get back into downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here. You can bend the knees, engage your core, activate the muscles above your knees. Even if your heels are far away from the ground, just activating here. And again, just sensing the breath at the mid-brow point or between your brain hemispheres. And noticing how that impacts your entire system, just coming up on toes. Come to the front of the mat and exhale. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. And one last round. Deep inhale up. Deep exhale, fold forward. Yep. And back into plank. So either you go through your knees, chest, and chin, or you just roll over your toes and come into an upward dog. And you can measure that. You can do that gently, or you can let your hips drop a little more, depending on your flexibility. Honor your body. Deep in and exhale here. And then find your way into downward facing dog. Again, just find your breath again and focus on the mid-brow point. And then we're gonna look front, bend the knees, and you can either walk or jump into a sitting. So bring your knees under your chest, or just walk forward and just again return to a comfortable seated posture and find a thumb and the ring finger. Feel the breath at your left nostril. Feel the breath at your right nostril. Feel the breath at both nostrils. And we start again with alternate nostril breathing without your hands, just in your mind. Inhale through the left up to the mid-brow point. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. 2 rounds on your own. And then 1 round in and exhaling through both nostrils. And then bring the hands together in front of the heart. And think about something you're thankful for today, something that you feel grateful for. in your life. And just really feel that in your heart. And then with that in mind, we're going to close with one arm, take a deep exhale. And inhale. Bowing the head to your heart. We're dedicating the merits of a practice to all beings without one exception, and to healing and opening our hearts. Namaste. Thanks for joining me. Please comment, say how this full moon is for you, how this practice impacts you, your entire system. And please like, subscribe, share the videos with other like-minded souls. I look forward to connecting with you again very soon on the new moon in Aquarius, which is coming up soon in 2 weeks from now. Bye.